and he is in the person of Mr. Ebenezer Nyamiche. And you heard the claims that he has made. He believes that based on the history of the MPP, when they did vote for John Ajekum Kufuor, he did a good job, and he built interchanges, he built hospitals, or let me say the emergency units at Karth. So they believe that a native of the region would do a good job. So let's go into the telephone line and speak with Mr. Ebenezer Nyamiche. Sir, good morning and welcome to the Orange Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning to you and your listeners.
Okay, talk to us briefly about your association. What do you do?
Asante Concerned Youth, we are not a political organization and non-governmental organization, but we seek for the development and then the concern and the progress of Asante. So basically, that's what we do. We just project Asante and its development and every other thing related to Asante.
Okay. And in a press conference you held, you made the argument that you believe that delegates ought to vote for someone who will prioritize the interest of the Ashanti region, correct?
Exactly. As you all know, we have two natives from this region in the contest. And when we are looking for their capabilities and everything shows that they are capable of becoming a president or to lead the party and then the Ghana at large. So that's why we are pleading to delegates that they should throw their weight of support to these two candidates from this region. And we believe that with their victory and fall forward, they can bring a lot of development in this region, just as former President John Ajekum Kufuor did for Ghana and the region.
Don't you think it is possible for someone to prioritize the interest of the region without necessarily being a native of the region?
It could be, but there is a saying that Ade Ufia Oyeden Oye, and we all know this proverb in account that the opera de Akokotokono, Yambonablo. So for us, we believe that our own will prioritize us first rather than someone who does not really know us. And this is not about tribalism. Just as I initially stated that we project the development of our people and the region at large. So anything related to us concerned, anything related to the region really concerned us. That is why we are projecting our own. So please, those who misstood us and trying to trace all that we did yesterday, please, we are not doing tribalism. But what that we are doing is that let's support our own, because it's different. There's a big difference between these two. So please let us try our possible ways. We are pleading. This is just a pleading to delegates that we have our two natives from this region. And it's not necessarily because they are Ashanti or whatever. When you come to Ashanti region, even Kumasi, for instance, my brother, we have Infante Newtown, we have Angaga, we have Sawaba, we have all those places, which basically are Grekins and all these. Basically, these are not Ashanti names, isn't it? But they are all belongs to the region, and we respect all of them as well. So we are not saying because they are Ashanti, so we should vote for them, but we are saying that we should get somebody who is from this region. And at least you can testify that this region have the highest delegates in this election. So let's support our own, and we believe that when we support our own, surely progress will be ours. This is all that we are calling for.
Okay, is it your view that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo did a terrible job in the region because he was not a native of the Ashanti region?
I believe so, because if you compare Nana Addo and then that of President John Ajekum Kufuor's era, you could clearly see that during President Kufuor's era, the region benefited a lot. from. The only thing maybe we can count off under His Excellency Nanado administration was a lot of ministers coming from this region. But if we talk of momental development, the ones that you can see like is Asokwa interchange, Sofula interchange, Kofuor emergency center, and the rest that we can mention of, you could clearly see that under the former President John Adjekun Kofuor's era, was the best as compared to Nanado. That one, you yourself, you're a journalist, so I believe you know very well. So that's why we are pleading that we get our own. Nothing much, nothing much.
By the same logic, you just mentioned that what we heard was that under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's presidency, he appointed many ministers from the Ashanti region. If we are going to go by your logic, shouldn't that have translated into development? Because if these ministers come from the Ashanti region and these are the people who will be tasked to implement the policies and programs of the government, then having more ministers should translate into development. Don't you think so?
That is what we were expecting, but that's not it. Because you and I know that you being a sector minister or whatsoever, we take a directive from the president. And per the president direction and vision, that is what you stick to. You cannot say that I'm a minister and I have my own budget to come and do this and that. It should come from the central government, who at the end of the day, those directives and policies are what you are going to do about it. So it's like compelling a driver and a mate at the same time. You can have a lot of mates in the car, but if the driver is not good or whatever, maybe you might on the way get accidents, isn't it? So it's not necessarily about the number of mates in the car that matters most, but the driver who is driving it. The same logic, I'm trying to say that, yes, indeed, we had a lot of ministers in the region. But at the end of the day, what we were expecting is not what we had. So this is the time that we are also getting another opportunity to also elect or to choose one from our own to be the driver for us. So we testified during President Kofo's era, he was a driver himself. So that is a relative. Definitely, you are going to abide by it. And that is why we all saw that during his time he had a lot of development in this region. That is why we are calling that this time it's not about the number of mates that we need in the region, but it's about the best driver who can help and direct resource-oriented driver in the region.
If other delegates in other regions are going to follow your logic, it could be possible that the people in Greater Accra will say, well, we will not vote because we don't have a native in the contest. Eastern region folks will say, well, let's vote for someone who comes from the Eastern region. In the Northern region, they may say, well, let's go for DMB. And other regions will go in for their candidates if their candidates are in the contest. If they are not in a contest, then maybe they may decide to withdraw. If we are going to follow this logic, would you think, or do you think your candidate will win? And do you think that will bring the party together? Do you think that will make the party forge ahead in unity to prosecute the campaign? Because everybody will be looking for his person and not necessarily who can do a better job for the entirety of the party and the country at large.
Oh, my brother, yes, we made it clear that it's not even just necessarily coming from the region, but we've tried and tested our candidates, and they are very capable of leading. So you compare those who have been a president from this region to other candidates who have also been a president, but they are not from this region. That is why we cited President Kofour that during his era, he made a lot of development in this country. I can boldly say that since he started the 1992 or the Fourth Republic, he might be one of the best presidents Ghana has had. There's no doubt about this. One of the best presidents Ghana has had in terms of development and policy.
Do you think he was able to perform that well because he was an Ashanti or because he was competent generally? Or do you think his competence is down to the fact that he's an Ashanti?
It is because that's why he had his basic and everything training and orientation, all those competencies that we are talking about. He was being trained. That developed all those things. So we believe that that is why yesterday I emphatically stated that we send. There's a previous in our account that yes, Benyansa Fonye Anamon. What that we are calling for is not necessarily because they are from this region. But you saw what Honorable Yahweh said did under in the Ministry of Education, isn't it? We saw what Engineer Kwabena Japan did when he was a president first secretary, and even when he became the party general secretary. You all saw their competency. So there's no doubt about their competency, and you cannot even say that among the 5 candidates that they are contesting, these 2 candidates that we have mentioned are not competent to lead the party and even Ghana at large. They are very competent, but just that all that we are doing is that let us also support our own, because what we've realized is that it seems we are ignoring our own. Not just because they are not competent, but if next week we will come out with our research and things that we found this, we even said we should support our own. Because my brother, honestly speaking, it's about competency. When you go, people be telling you, oh, we need the car and they don't pay and all these things. Is that what we need as a nation? But this time where Ghana is, we need leaders who are very transformative, who have that spirit of transformation, and that they are capable enough to transform the entire nation, not about because not necessarily because they are from this region alone. That's why we are showing our support. But we also believe that they are also competent enough to lead the party and Ghana at large. And we make comparison.
What would you say to those who say you shall have rather convinced delegates to vote for your preferred candidate, first and foremost on the basis that they are the most competent, and not to say because they are natives of the region? Because if you make that the foremost argument, then what some people will think you're doing is that you are asking delegates to vote for them just because they are a member or they are members of a particular tribe, but not necessarily because of their competence. Would you say your communication was wrong to the extent that the fact that they were natives and Ashantis was the very important factor for which you are convincing delegates to vote for them and not necessarily based on their competence?
Not that, my brother. He emphatically stated it. Your rep who came there can attest, right? He emphatically stated that. Not necessarily because they are from Asante. But don't forget, the group is Asante concerned youth. So we are mostly in for the development of Asante at large. So we emphatically stated that not just because they are from Asante, that's why we are showing our support, but we can attest to the fact that our candidates, the 2 candidates from this region, are very competent enough to lead the party and the nation at large.
Is it your view that if a non-Ashanti is voted to become the flag bearer of the MPP and maybe eventually becomes president, she will not be able to develop the region?
Not necessarily. But sometimes Udi Uma in ginger, there's a previous like that. So if you have your own, it's far better than someone who does not necessarily knows you. You don't need any introduction. Just as sometimes there are certain places when you go, you don't necessarily need introduction. You just mention your name and then the door opens for you. So as if we have our own, I believe it will serve the region better.
I see. Finally, let's talk about the other things that you mentioned. You mentioned the fact that John Adekunkufor built interchanges. You mentioned the Sofu line interchange, and then you also mentioned the what's the name? I think the which other interchange? Pardon?
The emergency.
Yes, the emergency unit at Konfanochi, etc. But there are some who also make the argument that when John Mahama was in office or NDC were in office, they built the Kejetia market. They built certain roads. They started building some hospitals, etc. So yes, even though these are individuals who did not come from the region, but the NDC was able to build one of the biggest markets in the whole of Western region here in Kumasi. And so they will point to that and say, you do not necessarily have to come to the region to build developmental projects in the region.
Yes, we agree. We agree to that fact that being a president is not necessarily to do development in a region does not necessarily mean that you have to come from that region. So even if you listen carefully to us yesterday, we cited that not only the region that we are thinking about, but we also believe that when we had President Kufuor from Ashanti region to serve the nation, he also served the nation very well. That you can talk of things that up to date we are still benefiting from, like the maternity care and all other projects that he initiated, the NHIS and the rest that he initiated that has become a beneficiary to the entire nation. So among these two candidates from this region, we believe they also have the same competence as President Kufuor did for Ghana. That's why we are calling that at least we should support our own. Yes, President John Dramani Mahama was not from this native, but he did a lot of the projects here. But we believe that if we also have our own team, we also do better than what President Mahama has done for the region.
So the delegates should not vote for Dr. Bawumia because he is not from Ashanti region?
You've not said that, but we are supporting our own.
So it means the delegates should not vote for Bawumia?
We are supporting our own.
Because he is not your own?
We are supporting our own.
Okay. Let's leave it here, Mr. Yamaje. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for your time and have a nice day.
Great. That's the leader of the Concerned Youth, Ashanti Concerned Youth Association, speaking to us about they believing that delegates ought to vote for their own because they will do a better job for the region instead of other persons who may not be familiar or who may not be natives of the Ashanti region. But yesterday we had wanted to bring you this voice. Let's see if we can do so. We'll combine everything and make sense of them after.
Be a man in claim so we're a liar. More than a bar, we're a liar, and the people are not going to vote for him. He's not a trustworthy person. When I heard him yesterday saying that, I said, what? A presidential candidate who wants people to vote for him will look eyeball to eyeball and lie. He's a big liar. We're a liar. So to me, said,
give yourself.
So that's Kennedy Ejapon describing describing Dr. Bawumia as a liar. He didn't stop there. He added a lot more things, and it was that serious.
And I could for BT, you know. And the Monko checking history. In the mama met to 2 million second chance. Many are told me, I am more popular than him in this country. I'm telling you today, me am more popular than him. Who knows him? The only people, those who know him as a liar. And he continues to lie. That is why we lost. One to me, economy who wants somebody a digital, am I lose you? And you people that I'm talking to know why you didn't vote for him because of the tribal conflict. And we lost the 5 northern regions. And he's lying, he said, oh no, when you're the highest vote.
2024, I am the first time. Who show your presidential candidates?
So that is the that is Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. Ken Ofriata describing Dr. Baumia. And Dr. Baumia has also responded in a way, I'll let you listen to it later. He said that his opponent or some of his opponents have developed the tactics that if you miss the ball, do not miss the man. And that they are targeting him to make their point. Janice, you heard from the group. We played the audio and we spoke to them. I don't know what you make of what they had to say. Plus, we'll come to this other conversation that has become a topic for the whole week, obviously. But share with me your thought on the consents reached by the Ashanti Concerned Youth Association. They are concerned about who becomes the MPP's flag bearer. They say vote for somebody who will prioritize the region. And they went further to say a native will do a better job. You agree with them, don't you?
I think they should have ended at vote for someone who prioritizes the development of the region. I think that is where they should have ended, because as you made your points very clear, you don't necessarily have to come from the region to ensure that there's development in the region. And I believe that once you are elected as president, your core duty is to ensure the development of Ghana. And we've been saying the leaders have to ensure equity. They should be equitable in the distribution of the national cake so that every region benefits from it. So I understand where they are coming from, that the the Ashanti region has shown massive support for the NPP over the years, and that they are entitled to some level of development and everything. But I don't think making the case of electing someone from the Ashanti region as a delegate makes their case any stronger. I think if anything, it's a bad look on the NPP, because they've faced allegations over the years of being a very tribalistic party. And if you start making such calls, then it looks like you are contributing to the perception.
Is that not normal? So, for instance, if I'm a businessman, okay, and there are people who are campaigning to become flag bearers, and obviously the major goal is for them to become president of the republic. So I look at the list and say, I think I'm a businessman. My interest is the growth of my business or the business environment. So I think this person is a businessman like me. He understands business. She knows the practicality of doing business. So vote for him so that he will be able to change the business environment. I'm looking at my interest and looking at somebody whose capabilities align with my interest, and then asking you or influencing you to vote for that individual so that he can be able to promote my interest. That's fair. Politics about interest, isn't it? It's the same thing that plays out in this conversation. They think that, in their view, yes, you can develop the region if you're not a native of the region, but you likely will do a better job
if you are from the
at
region.
developing the region because you appreciate the concerns of the region better. You know what the region is lacking. You know what should be the priority of the region. So you're likely to put in much attention to those things because you come from there. And you have other people who are still in the region. And so whatever you're going to do there is going to also affect those people equally. So in our view, because of our interest, and we want to vote for somebody who will promote our interest, so vote for this individual.
That is why I
Isn't
said
voting?
I'm not faulting them for wanting a candidate who prioritizes the development of the Ashanti region. My problem is in you saying that if the person comes from the Ashanti region, then definitely the person is going to prioritize the Ashanti region, which is not always the case. Also, we are pushing. If we are pushing for equitable distribution of national resources, I don't think one region should get up and say that we want someone from our region because we want to ensure fast-paced development in the region.
Election is competitive, Janice.
That is what. I understand where they are coming from.
For the president, is it for the president? His mind should be focused on the country at large. But if I'm a voter, and I come from a particular section, say region or industry, whatsoever, I am competitive in the sense that I want a lot more for my section or for my category or for whatever role I play. Do you understand? That's how competitive voters are. Because anybody that goes out there to vote is inherently thinking about his personal interest first before the national interest. He's thinking about, okay, how will this vote reflect in my personal development? And his view is that the personal development, when they are aligned collectively, then inures or results into national development. Do you get the point? So voting is competitive. So if I'm a voter, the competitive edge will tell me, of all the people here, who is likely to push my interest? Then I will draw down, okay, what am I looking at? Who can better understand these issues? Okay, I think, in my view, if the person comes from the region, the likelihood is that he will understand us better than other people. That makes sense.
But how valid is your assumption that once the person is coming from here, if the person gets to the presidency, the person is going to put the region first?
That's why they give you an example. Jonah Jekumkufo is an instance. And at least they have pointed you to something. There's an example. And in their view, he did a better job.
So their one example justifies their claim.
But we had just 5 presidents. So it cannot be that we've had, so it's the only president we've had from the region is him. And in their view, he did a good job. So if he did a good job, we want somebody from here. And our view is that based on that, and based on that historical antecedent or that historical fact, based on what we know, what we've seen, if you go in for another person like him, he will do like he did. It's I don't think it's
but I don't
it's
like
a fair argument.
The kind of politics where we make things very tribalistic, Alpha. I think it is a very dangerous way to.
I don't think it is. Okay, so it depends on how you construe it. What I look at it, or how I look at it, is regionalistic instead of tribalistic. That's how I look at it. You may interpret it to be tribalistic. That's fair, based on how they couched it. But I also have the duty to construe what people say and how it aligns to whatever principles.
How do you interpret a native of the Ashanti region? What does that mean? We want a native of the Ashanti region.
Somebody that comes from the region. Don't forget that Muntaka comes from the Ashanti region.
And if
do you understand the point I'm making? Muntaka. If you describe Muntaka as a native of the region, some people will agree with you.
And some people would not.
Yes. So so you could have said an Ashanti. In some discourse, an Ashanti is different from a native. Because you see, even the Ghana's constitution itself, for you to become a Ghanaian, what does it say? For you to be born here? Or for your parents to come from Ghana and some other things, for you to naturalize, etc. So some people have the view that if I am born in Ghana, if I'm born in Kumasi, my family is in Kumasi. This is where I schooled. I have married here, given birth to kids here. You cannot tell me I'm not a native or I'm not from Ashanti region. You will say you can correctly say you are not an Ashanti. That's fair, but I am from Ashanti region because of these facts.
I don't know why you are forcing to make this less tribalistic than it sounds. Because
I am not forcing. I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm trying to let you understand.
I understand the situation.
With which
they
made the pronouncement.
So the Ashanti region is the stronghold of the NPP.
Yes.
And so they want a native of the Ashanti region to be the leader of the NPP. Which region is the stronghold of the NDC, Alpha?
Volta
region. So then the NDC people too, if they get up and they say maybe concerned youth of NDC in the Volta region, we also think that you should elect someone from Volta region so that the person can lead the NDC, and that will give us better chances of development. Now we have Volta region, Ashanti region war. Does it make sense?
It will not be a war. You know why it will not be a war? It's a competition of interest.
competition.
And you
So
see,
no matter how you
I'm
want
coming,
to, no
I'm
matter
coming.
the English language that
No,
you used to,
no,
you want
no,
to
it's
use to
not-
qualify
it's
the
not-
situation.
I'm
but
not-
I'm saying that at the
Yes.
end of the day, the competition is going to be between the Ashanti region and the Volta region because everyone is looking for their regional interests.
Don't forget that the fact that these people are making these demands, they are not foisting it on the delegates. It's an influence. They are trying to make a compelling, in their own perspective, this is a compelling argument as to why you must go in for this or that. Do you get the point? So the fact that we think that you should go in for this does not mean that we are imposing it on delegates to necessarily do that.
You can make a very compelling argument without dwelling on the fact that the person has to be a native of the Ashanti region. You can point to a particular candidate and say, look at this candidate, look at his track record in the region over the years, look at what he has done in the region. Even in his capacity as an MP or something. And he was not necessarily a leader of NPP. So imagine what this person can do if the person leads the party.
There are different ways.
So I'm saying
there are different ways you can make a compelling argument. There's no
this
kind
argument sounds
of argument.
compelling to you, Alpha. You think it is a very
I'm trying
compelling?
to let you understand. Okay, that for me, yes, I know that people have taken this. Some people are very unhappy about the comments, and they are situating it within the tribal kind of, how do I even call it, sentiment, etc. I'm trying to let you understand from my perspective what I deduced from what they were asking for. Okay, I think it's normal for people in the north, in the northern region, to say, we think that Dr. Bawumia, if you vote for him, will better appreciate our issues, better push for development for our region, and so we'll be better off. So vote for him. I do not think that is wrong. Unless they say, we think he is better because he comes from us. He's a better person, or the other people are inferior to him because he's from us. That then you can say, well, this is tribalistic. But if they say, we think that coming from here gives him the ability to understand us better, push for our development in a better manner, to fight for a lot of good things to come to us, I do not think that is an unfair comment. It makes a lot of sense. It's like a businessman saying, I will vote for, or I'm encouraging delegates to vote for a business person, because that business person, with his understanding of how business is run, will do a better job in managing the finances, the economy, and the business environment, so that my business will boom. It's fair. When a young person is looking for, I need a younger person who understands what the aspirations of young people are, it makes sense. If so, when a farmer said, I need somebody who, it's fair. At the end of the day, you see, the good thing about it is that is your personal interest. That is what you want. That is what you're fighting for. But collectively we'll come together, and the majority of us will determine who is best qualified to lead. But you cannot prevent me from making my case to say, in my view, looking at where I'm coming from, this is what I'm looking for. It's a fair comment.
But the point I'm making is, Alpha, if you want to say that you're going to choose a business person because you think the person is well equipped in the field of business to understand things, how things are run, how the economy goes, that is fair. Those are other areas of competencies. But if you are using origin, and I'm saying that, what if the other regions too get up and they say that because we've been voting for this particular party over the years, I think people from my region are well equipped to lead the party. Do you understand?
Because of my region's development.
And I always say this, I always say this, that Ghana is a very rich cultural country, that we have very diverse cultures in Ghana, and because of that, God in his own wisdom has given us a certain level of calmness. But then with our culture and tolerance, but with our cultural diversity and the level of tolerance that we have, if things go south And if people start being very aggressive, things are not going to look very nice in this country. So it's good that you can laugh about some of the things that are happening in the country, that we can make jokes and everywhere is free. But then if you start making, as you said, compelling arguments about who is well equipped and who comes from where and why the person should be voted for and all of that, I think you, in the long run, if someone also, someone from a different region makes another compelling argument, that I think this person is well fit to lead this party because the person hails from this place, we are not going to see a very good democracy.
Them saying that the person hails from this region is not the major reason why I think they're asking you to vote, or they're asking delegates to vote for that individual. That is a premise to something. So the argument is built on something. Okay, the premise is that he comes from here. Therefore what? Therefore he understands the issues here and the people better. Therefore vote for him so that she will do a better job for us. So it is three, it's intertwined. Because sometimes when you're listening to an argument, you don't jump to the conclusion and forget about the foundation of the argument.
And in their view, the foundation is justified, but the reason they are using to qualify that foundation is wrong.
Why is it wrong?
Because if you want to vote for some, like I said, there are other ways of making the same argument in a very compelling manner. That
it doesn't mean that their way of making the argument is wrong.
Let us put all the candidates before us. Let us weigh their impact and influence in the Ashanti region over the years. Let us see what they've done, and let us analyze what they can do if we give them a higher position to lead the party. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but if you are saying that the sole reason that you think someone has the interest of the Ashanti region at heart is because the person comes from the region, it is wrong. Because what justifies that? Because I come from Ashanti, for all you know, do you know what I'm thinking? But I don't know. I think it is wrong for you to assume that because I come from the Ashanti region, my first interest is in the Ashanti region.
Yes, so just like you've said.
So I'm saying the argument that you can make is that look at Janice Opoku-Agyeman. See what she has done in the region with her little influence that she has, with a little position and power that we've given her. See what she has achieved at the region.
Okay.
Do you understand? And then you can make a more compelling argument that this person has proven that she understands the Ashanti region better, she understands the problems that we face in this region better, and that she has taken steps to solve those issues. And so if we push her further, she can do more. But then if you are saying that because I come from the region, you think I understand the region better, it's flawed. It's a flawed argument.
I do not think it is flawed. I think that you are in your right to disagree with them, which is fair. Of course, that's what we do. But I think that if you come from a particular area, chances are that you understand the area better than someone who doesn't come from that area. And if I meet someone, I'm coming, example, if I meet someone in the United States and he wants to know how Ghana is, he's interested in coming to invest in Ghana. He could have done his virtual research, whatever, ask whatever. But he's going to put premium on what I will tell him about Ghana. Largely, even in some cases, better than what he may find in the course of his research. Because he knows that you've lived it. You've experienced Ghana. You've grown, you grew in Ghana. You have lived your life in Ghana. So there are some nuance, like some depth of knowledge that you possess about Ghana that other people will not possess, regardless of how they are interested in Ghana and how they have read, how they have observed,
the same premise,
how they
Alfa.
have. Oh, let me conclude. So the argument is that I believe if we come from an area, if we belong to a group, if you belong to a particular section, chances are that you better understand them and you appreciate the issues better than other people. Yes, there is exception to the rule. You could have an external person who sometimes, but that's an exception. Normally, I think when you belong to a group, when you come from a particular area, when you are part of them, you understand them better. So if I use that to make the justification that on the basis of this, going for this because he's going to push our interest, because he appreciates the issues that we are dealing with, and he's going to find ways to ensure that these issues are dealt with, I do not think it is unfair. That's all that I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying there could be, maybe there are other ways of making a much more compelling argument. But the fact that they have chosen this route doesn't mean that their comments are unfair. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, Alpha, let us even take the argument about someone from outside helping a Ghanaian because the person thinks that the Ghanaian has a better understanding of the problems in Ghana. Don't we have people in the diaspora in this country who do not think that Ghana is worth fighting for? Don't you have members from your family who go outside and come back and they go like, oh, Ghana day, Ghana day. That is why I have to leave this country. That is why I can't stay in this country. And
we do. Yes.
So I'm saying that the fact that I come from the Ashanti region, and have we not even lived in communities where you see that your community people, there's a particular problem. Maybe they don't have electricity, they don't have water. Maybe
and then a foreigner will come and fix.
The illiteracy rate in that region is high. The young people, they are doing bad things. And you are just indifferent about it. You just want a way to leave that community. And if you leave that, let's say you leave that particular community and you go outside, you don't even want to look back and say that, oh, this is what I can do to help the people I left behind. So I'm saying that the fact that I come from Ashanti region does not mean that I prioritize the Ashanti region when I'm thinking about development. It doesn't mean.
I think that voting is a risk. So is it?
So
I'm coming.
It's a calculated. I'm coming. It's a calculated risk, Alpha. You have to calculate the risk that you're taking. So I'm saying that it will be in your interest to say that. Look at Janice. Look at her track record over the years, and then you make a prediction that, oh, because of what she has done over the years, we can see that she will do better or not. Even that one, you are risking. But to say that just because I come from the Ashanti region, you are willing to risk having me as your leader to see if I'll bring development in
because I've looked because I've looked at the history. You know, sometimes events that happen may have historical connotation if you are very observant. A lot of the issues that we faced in Ghana have historical leanings. You know, when you do this and you do that, at the end of the day, this is going to be the result. And we've been doing that and we've been achieving similar results. They are history. They did not make the argument in vacuum. They pointed us to a historical fact and made the point that, well, looked at the case of John Ejikunkufo. He was from the region, and in our view, he did a better job. Yes, we can argue on that, but I'm saying that the principle contained in the argument is that the historical data as we have available tells us that at least what we are thinking is correct, because the first time we had somebody from this region, he did relatively a better job than the other people who did not come from the region. So connecting to our belief that when you come from a region, you better understand it and you do more for them, there's a data to that effect. And based on that data, we are prospecting or we are predicting that if you do this, this will be the future consequence of your actions, because we've had similar situation before. It is fair. You can't say this is, no, I think it makes sense. You may disagree with it, that's fair. Maybe I may disagree with it, but I'm saying that let's look at the principle contained in the argument. It is not that flawed.
But if
there's some
former President John Ejikunkufo. Kufuor also did not become president in vacuum. Do you understand? And the time that President Kufuor became president of Ghana, he had potential. It means people had seen something in him before. So it's not like he just came out of the blue and then he became President Kufuor. So I'm saying, in as much as voting is very risky, you want to calculate the risk that you're taking. And I don't think that betting your money on where the person hails from is a good risk.
I think that if you're looking at where the person hails from, and you're projecting to think that, or you're projecting to say that because he hails from this region, he will do a good job, I think it's fair. I don't think it's a weird argument to make at all.
It's a weird argument.
I don't think it's too weird. But let's go to our friends.
Even have
let's go to our friends. They will settle the debates.
Don't we even have assembly members who do, some do better, some do worse?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying that the fact that the person comes from this place does not mean that the person has your interest.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm a bit distracted. I'll come in. I'll come in and attend to you. So this one says, good morning, Alpha. This morning your argument is below belt. My name is Geoffrey from Bonfa. I take your point. Thank you very much. I want to be below. Let me read the other one. You know, that those who are insisting that they want their own to lead the MPP, I am afraid, shall have their minds examined. Are their own constitute all over the 200,000 delegates? I don't. Okay, you want to say, do they constitute there over 200,000 delegates? If everybody is to vote for their own, then there will be no one to lead the MPP. And for that matter, Ghana, since none of these sectional interests to make any candidate secure the more than 50% threshold to enable one to lead the party and by extension the country. Thank you, Major One Kumasi. You can also send in your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes. People this morning have serious issues with me because of the argument I put forth. But that's okay. That's fine. That's what we do on the platform. We want to. But yes, I conclude for me, and then we'll go to our friends to briefly on the MPP. They want to sign a peace pact. Bawumia has responded. He said that it looks as if his opponents have developed a strategy. It said because they know that it looks like they are missing the argument or losing the argument. They are losing the contest. So they are turning attention on him. So in football terms, there's something we call, if you miss the ball, do not miss the man. What it means is that the ball is, if you miss it's the human being that is moving the ball. So you may have missed the ball, but the man claim off so that you will not be able to reach his destination. Briefly on that, and then we'll open the phone line for people to come.
So I don't know if his opponents are winning or if they are losing, but then I think he makes a very solid point, because a huge part of Kennedy's campaign has been hinged on personal attacks on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and I think it is only fair that he's going to say that instead of contesting, instead of competing, instead of sending out your every time you are calling him a liar, you are calling him names, and so do
you think the peace pact will work? Doubt.
I doubt.
I think there will be a lot of pretense. A lot of people will play to the gallery.
Show things, but
maybe a lot of people will be smiling behind the camera, but deep down, people have issues. There's somebody who said political sins are not easily forgotten and forgiven. When you insult people, when you attack people, when you call people murderers, or you call people liars, you call people names, the likelihood is that they may smile before the camera to make the news okay, nice, everything. But when they go back to their bedroom and they recount the things you've said about them, how you've treated them, they may not be willing.
I mean, that is,
sometimes when you think you're not respected in a particular area, you may not even show up.
Yeah.
When you think people don't respect you, they don't give you that recognition. They treat you as though you don't matter. The likelihood that if you have to work with them, worst case scenario, you will just show up, pretend to be working, but you'll not be doing anything. Do you understand?
I do.
So I think, yes, they may sign the peace pact, but the pact that they will sign will not do the magic. It will require action.
That's true.
It will require a lot of work, a lot of legwork. And it will be strategic to find people who can relate well with Bawumia and relate well with Ken and the other people, to be able to bring them onto the table. I'm looking at the MPP and I'm thinking, maybe it is good that the minority leader chose to not support anybody publicly. Maybe he will better help the party in trying to bring the various camps together, at least. Because at least he will be listened to by both parties. Because if you take somebody that has said something about King, the fact that you brought him to the meeting is something else. Or Bawumia or whoever. So it's possibly they will need to do a lot of work. Because the worst thing you could also find is to find people who pretend to be working for you, but in actual terms working against you. Because they are supposed to be with you. So okay, they are here. But Charlie, I didn't mean yet. I'll sabotage. In fact, in fact, if I am in, that's when I can do a lot of damage. Do you understand?
I do.
That's the most dangerous people you can find in your team. People who are working internally against you. You don't want those kinds of people. So the M people will have to do a lot more work than just signing the peace pact. And we hope that they will be able to do so.
Yes.
It's 38 minutes after 8. It is time for you to join us. I've had argument with Janice Opoku-Agyemang this morning on what the Ashanti Concerned Youth have said. If you disagree with Janice or me, please, or the people who made the argument, please call us on 0541 022 318. 0541 022 318. You can also send me a text on 059 3932 993. You can send me a voice note on that same number 059 3932 993. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Oh. Right. Hello? I can't hear you for some reasons. I don't know. You stay on. We're trying to do the connection so that, okay, in the absence of that, maybe let's use the other alternative for now. 02, I'm coming. Let me see. Okay. It can't connect, so let's use the other alternative. Sorry for holding you on for this long. Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning. Tell me your name and where you're calling me from.
Alfa, I'm obviously calling from Achimete.
Obviously, talk to me, sir.
Alfa, the American is a concern you for and some no more can. Maybe no more in because who be beer, what no ever beer, and I say, who can say Asante, na yentoma womo. Now I'm in the babu. Sabi President Kufuor Oba no be an example of Ghana or be whom say, nay, I hear friend say, interchange ne and Yamaniama war, Kumasi, and San Oba be Biana. But one no, what would you say, interchange no back Kumasi, a bebua be easy congestions and then as for, and or boy and or this interchanges in a buy. What yeah, and so what you be my other your friend say. Other towns near cities, or ye be my woman. Even NPP could have power. They work more at the voter regions near the Adena or move to my, now you who is or move to my.
Hello? Hello?
You hear me?
Yes, the line was, please continue.
By you, you will be a baby piano. It should be somebody, or by a mama or mine Ghana, and yet you obey your mama as Antipor. Maybe as Antini, by the fact that me as Antini, say, since you must Antini or Baba yet, Yama ye. Now, Yama Santinino, Nessa the Masantinivia, what about is remove for any other regions and our motu men people, or parties almost enjoy to my yan, as I say. Find a Baba to Amaye because we mean the Kabum yen people for. It is a move out now because young two particular people. I mean, they are talking for their own, they are not talking for accounts. And that's antiphobia. And a moreover, yet here, and a Kennedy, a free action every year, you are your friends or better best name, a Yima Confanoche. No, free as anti-mam. Near no such a menzabus, you need Asante, you caucus, who Mugu Parliament, baby, and then on Baye. You bet me, I am my mining, and yet you are Baba Yama as anti-phone.
Thank you.
The committed person, yet anybody be a sunny panel.
Thank you very much for joining the conversation this morning. You can also be part of it. Give me a call on 0541 022 318. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Alfa.
Yes, please, your name and where you're
My
calling
name is Didi. I'm calling from Batu.
Yes, talk to me, sir.
In fact, at them now, this press conference now, that's a something called whatever name they give to themselves. They should easily come out and apologize to Ghanaians. One of the wrong you could access your question here. Say, you pay Asantini or Baba, but the other one man, the Kupia, moves on what for. But to why, we were, I don't mama, where Asantini. I know the Bay Dubai. I know see a family military hospital. I know the a government hospital. In the where Asantini. And the other now come. Ah, we have to be another a bonopon senior press conference. Gentleman, a Symphony press conference. Gentleman, but the phone is the phone is my phone senior press conference. I said, no. They should come out and apologize to Ghanaian for being undertaking that particular press conference. I am wrong. I said, it shouldn't have happened at all. I am mistake press conference.
Thank you.
It shouldn't have happened at all.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. It's not happy with what the group had to say. What do you also think? Give me a call. Let's hear from you. 0541022318. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Mr. Jimmy Dio.
Alfa, homo mama university, Ghana, the color you feel at the back. The own press conference, they supported it. Now, almost references. Mama could say that every people fight then more Ghana. Do what at the center of the Wood of the but show all there and do the attend by you. What take 3 days or the looking out in this MVP. But the MVP attend by, I cannot have 2 babies, now would be a move when you know the other discussion. That was something like a MVP, the English lawyers are Alpha. Members of the studios direct. Oh, I'm not telling you who they don't know. Well, Mama can say, every before you know, it's every before I I can't say any support. Some the Bian that's what I can't go to Ghana, resources in the country. I hear this you cry, every I can't read I have particular quantity. I put a coupon one year. A person and a driver. Sit there with one son at the car and the mama. Opinion way to acquire something like a coupon. I suppose you have got what to do one year. And to go for Ghana, can you understand? Compared to home, I can't find you to who the job that hospital and I say, there for me, and I took you over the pussy to go. Nobody told her, I can't one year, when you must and your mother, yes, it's Abba, and you will be sorry. Your man or better one, no one yet. Overboard, over the backfire. The more the fire says, the mama can.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning with your submission as well. You can also call me on 0541022318. Good morning.
Good morning, Alpha.
Yes, Ija, talk to me.
Thank you. Alpha, there is no guarantee that someone who feels for Ashanti can do better. Of late, we had about 44 MPs in Ashanti region. What did they do? We had a regional minister, Mr. Simons Osemesa. What did he do? He was even annoyed if you send your protest to him. When you ask him about traffic lights, and all he said that we have no money. There's no money. And he's sometimes nervous. But you are talking about President Kufuor. Yes, President Kufuor did well, but Ashanti region did not benefit from President Kufuor's projects. You see, when President Kufuor was elected first, the Ashanti people went on a demonstration that we have elected you, but you have done nothing for Ashanti. That's why he went and Asafo interchange. That's when he went and did that project. All the projects that President Kufuor had at that time had initiated had been shoddy work. Look at Sofala. Look at Buankra. Look at Crofrom Market. And one hospital somewhere, I've forgotten the name. All has been of no use. So maybe the country and the benefit, health sector, and my man's loans and the and sign your school feeding. Oh, minimum sa santi pa wonu na duma wo ye asante anyam faso ba akukura mfiri no so. And you know there's no guarantee say nipa no wo firi ho a obi wo ho a wo firi ho nanso ye de ne ba all that person knows is he's doing his work. All he believes in is development, no matter where you will be posted to. And there's no you obey never bow obey man or fan. That's it.
Thank you very much, Eja, for your contribution this morning. You can also let me know what you think on the show. Zero, good morning. Yes, me too.
Jenny. Alfa, Alma, the background, or so beboa, so more, and yes, we flat anti-region to Chinchina, and support to any and to Mano. And no, there were Cherena, Jenny. No one have it to be choice. I want to swung the mission because of, say, Asante region, and Asante for one go regions no Nina will be our happy, and yet 2 aba. So, 2 questions, as I say, who ye mu Debbie. What the cancer, me president, me and any pampese, obedini, yantomano. So, Yaha and the ministers, or can say, a kufuad ye ministers, and then no mutimi my own, and what took a course or a kind, and a young quada was say, Munina Musolea, no Marco Bunkra, and cry, be bien, cry. What's some of oh, Yamabu cry, very poor to cry more cran. I see we say any idea Kukrumuti to Abama or Momo power. Until you, dear ministers, Nemo Mokro Mobuaye. What kind I want was say a kufu time was the ministers, they are no mutimiyamai. So, until they are banned there, yen to Nadia, Benyan, and Yan, and Iboa, a quotirim. Thank
you very much, Kobe, for coming through. It's 50 after 8. We are waiting for you to also join us. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Abang.
Yes, sir. I believe you are doing well.
Yes, I'm well. I hope you're well too.
Go back into history. You realize that where leadership came from, they failed to perform in their local areas. So come and go to Nkrofo. And I think there was not much that can testify say this Nkrumah is coming from. Oko Wenchia, Rebuzia. What I say? Oko or the saying voter region the rolling. He took Kufuor to develop voter region. Kufuor, he didn't concentrate in Ashanti region so much. Okay, the first coming of Mahama, North, Bali area, they complain a lot. Professor Amel, Central region, they complain a lot. So that has been the trend. And for you to say if you ain't nothing in Siaga, say you are here for no motor, are they able to develop our towns and communities? No, they buy cars, flashy cars, and move around. That's what because they are reduced, and there's nothing that you can do to them. So as MPs, that's how they behave, and it has been experimented during the recent time. People who were sent to areas that they never came from or did not come from, they excel in those areas. They excel, and that is what I wanted a government to practice. And by Biaba, who appointing minister, don't appoint minister from the region where they hail from. Because where they hail from, Oh yeah, is Simon he begs country high. What I say, he looked into our faces and said whatever he wanted to say. People have told them a bit me, you know. What kind of case here? Nana do we he's from the area.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much for also calling us this morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Alfa.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from, sir?
Yes, Major One.
Major One. Major One, talk to me.
Yeah, you got my message, okay.
Please lower the volume for me, I beg you.
Oh, I'll just switch it off.
Talk to me.
What I was saying is, President Mama is the president of Ghana because of the contribution of what all the electorate in the other regions. Okay. So now people want to become the president of this country because of the contribution of all the other regions. What I'm saying is, if people are to vote based on the personal interest, you cited a businessman example. Okay, if all the business people vote for one candidate, what about those who are not businessmen? So in an election, you need the more than 50%. Without the more than 50%, there's no way you can even lead your political party, let alone become the president. That's why many of them are saying that everybody should just have it. So if I'm from a lesser country region and I know that somebody from Upper West region can enjoy the country, so but it will limit it that we are from a country region or we are from this particular region. For that matter, the delegates should vote for somebody who comes from our region. What about if everybody decides to do that? Then nobody will get more than 50% to lead the political party, let alone the country. That's why we say that in election, everybody has a man of his own.
Okay.
And that's why you must be 18 years or above and of sound mind. So I can let me vote for somebody from voter region, even though I'm living in the Western region. So that personal decision would never allow anybody to get more than 50%. That's why more than 50%. That's what I was talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Major, for also letting us know what you think. It's 55 minutes after 8. If you want to be part of our conversation, why not join us on 0541022318. Good morning. Hello?
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes.
Hello, Alfa.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Talk to me, sir. Yes, Nanajima. I'm listening to you.
What the statement is wrong. Though they have their own intention of making that statement of like selecting someone from their own region that is going to help, but there's no guarantee. You can't use Kufuor's own as a basic to say this thing. Kufuor is a different person, and how he came into power is different from what you people want to do now. Now the party is divided into so many parts, fighting up and down, and you're making some comments about each other, which is not good. So let's say you are saying Ashanti's delegates, how many are you? You should all vote for either Nana or say Yao or Brian Champon. Okay, fine. The northern sector to decide to vote for
Yawaduchum or Kwabena Japan, rather.
Yawaduchum or and the other side, each region wants to. What about the other regions who don't have a candidate? Whom are they voting for? How is the presidency going to even benefit? How are you going to benefit from such a comment like, okay, you vote for Yawaduchum. He's not a presidential candidate for NPP. So how are you going to do the campaign in other regions?
Okay.
With this mindset. So this is wrong. With this mindset, you can't do campaign in other regions just because you want a person from your own. And then outside them are ninya. Outside them are ninya on Thursday. We are Santini now outside them with their view. Said the anion and you boom wire. Then said them out to me ninya. In terms of that comment is wrong. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nanajman, for also letting us know what you think this morning on 0541 022 318. You can also let us know what you make of our conversation this morning. You heard from a group that is asking delegates to go in for someone who hails from the region. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please tell me your name and where you're calling me from.
Yeah, I'm calling from Kutu.
Collins, talk to me.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to fish out some people from their code. How can you tell me that you are a full Ashanti man and throw your support to a particular person? If that person did not win, what next? You should have stayed neutral. Support everyone. So anyone who comes, you support that person. That's all. Brother, let me end it here.
Please do so. Thank you very much for also joining the show this morning. Good morning. Hello. Oh, okay. I think I've lost him on the line, unfortunately. You can also call me on 0541 022 318. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Alfa.
Yes, please, your name and where you're calling me from?
My name is Sami, calling from Asfawas.
Sami, talk to me.
Alfa, I totally agree with your co-host. You know, MPP is a national patriotic party. Everyone is involved in it. We shouldn't segregate.
I think we've lost you on the line, unfortunately. Maybe you want to try again if you can. Good morning.
Morning.
Please, your name and where you're calling me from?
Your friend is Francis Chumasi, Nikasafri Akrowa.
Francis Chumasi, meet you.
But you program na midday, a dimi who ya kakra. Oh, say politics, yeah, say tribalism, but it's a miracle in Japan. I neighbor America. I'm going to confusion about party. To me, particularly, I think I'm very because men me MPP, but the come first way, a party no campaign a crowd more year position. How I must see your mono. As a move party down. We particularly, only pursue very come back over here. Party into my power. They may win. So, it is only very careful. Because me here said I'm on focus. I heard a friend say, Kufua, what did you mapa was something, but nothing could be a bullshit. Or the so for some or more country, I have no free. But the red gun, I shan't read the choir. Another bounce wanted to mapa. So, ministers are we my shan't reading. Almost mamma, almost say, I know when to come there, but oh, no, you Sahara dear. It was so pretty in put to the Baha. What do you say? And yes, no more money. Not preserve with my power. You don't mean I need the way.
Thank you very much for also joining our conversation this morning. We will end the phone-in segment now and then continue in studio. Jimmy Boachi is joining me this morning. Good morning, Jimmy.
Good morning, Alpha.
I hope you're fine.
Yeah, by the grace of God.
We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook as well, so you can join the conversation there. Sure. Jimmy.
Alpha.
Let me seek your brief thought on what the group Ashanti Concerned Youth Association.
Okay.
They say delegates. Are you a delegate?
Yeah, I'm a delegate. I'm a constituency officer.
You guys, you particularly change your mind from voting for Brian to voting for either Kwabena Japan or Yawadichum, because they'll do so much for us in the region.
Well,
what's your take on it?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. Let me greet our cherished listeners this morning. extend greetings to the Brian Champon campaign team. When you visit the 276 constituencies, we have a 10-member campaign team who are seriously working for Dr. Brian Champon, in addition to 276 constituency communication officers for Dr. Brian Champon. All these people are going to vote massively for Brian Champon on the 31st of January 2026. Let me extend greetings as well to Asante Mine and the great people of the Shayeso constituency. Alpha, you know, I believe in one thing, that we need a leader that can help our country, Ghana. Because if we are able to get a good leader, I believe we don't have to think about this region, that region, unless the leader is not a good one.
Okay.
If we get a good leader, the person will not think towards his or her home region, or President Kufuor developed the Volta region massively. He was not from the Volta region. Okay. And we've seen a number of projects. When we talk about this Agenda 11 hospital project that was started by the previous government, okay, it was 111 hospitals. How many of these hospitals came to Ashanti region? Okay, so we just need a good leader that would think about the interest of the larger Ghanaian people. And in terms of thinking about the Ghanaian people, the person cannot take away a particular region. Like I'm focusing on this one or focusing on that one. And you see, I've been making comments about the fact that as a political party, okay, we need peace within the party. We need unity within the party. It's not just about voting for a flag bearer.
Okay.
If your flag bearer cannot instill discipline, cannot instill hope within the political party, it will be difficult for you to win power. That is why, personally, I made that decision. Okay, and when you talk about Brian Champon, a lot of people do not know the roots of Dr. Brian Champon. He hails from Mampong Suta. Okay, the grandmother, okay, hails from Mampong Suta. And everybody who knows will confirm that the king, okay, the Kwewu king, when he dies, okay, they pick a new king from Asante Mampong. Okay, every king from Kwewu, okay, hails from Asante Mampong. Okay, so their roots, the grandmother is from the Mampong Suta enclave. And then the grandfather is from Offenso, Kaira. Yeah, that's the root of Brian Champon. So when he came to our Ashanti region for the first phase of his campaign, when he got to the Offenso enclave, they gave him a goat and a stew. Okay, the stew, the chief stew, they gave him one. And they welcome him in a special way. Usually when he visits the constituency, he will never go to the palace. But for Offenso, when he got to the town, he had to go to the palace and greet the king. And they gave him that form of welcome before he even went ahead to meet the delegates in Offenso. Okay, so I can, like me for instance, I've stayed in Kumasi and in Chayeso all my life. Okay, but my roots are from the central region. My father is called Boachi Ansa. Okay, he's from Barikese. Okay, but my roots as an Akan person is from the central region. Agona Nyekrom. I'm a Fanti. Okay, I've stayed here and I've done everything here. So in the nearby future, if I'm aspiring to be a flag bearer, okay, should I push away the Ashanti region?
No, they believe that you like this, you do a better job than somebody who doesn't understand the region.
So
that's their
whether I like it or not. Okay, my roots are in the central region because I'm an Akan, and that is how we've structured our matrilineal or the patrilineal system. We hail from the mother side. Okay, but my father is from Barikesi here in Ashanti region. I've lived in the Nshia so close to 35 years. Okay, if maybe in the nearby future I decide to vie for maybe a member of parliament or aspire to be a member of parliament, somebody within Nshia can wake up and tell me that, oh, you are not from Nshia. But meanwhile, I've lived about 35 years within the constituency. I've served as a polling station officer for the party within the same constituency. I've served as a constituency research and elections officer for the party within the same constituency. But anybody can stand up and say whatever that he wants. Okay. And to me, I believe that where you hail from or where you come from should not be the question. It shouldn't be the question. Other than that, then we should have that back of our mind that we should always go into an election thinking of voting for the one who hails. Because at the end of the day, we are going to elect one. That's the flag bearer. And it's going to be between the NPP and the NDC. It's not about where people come from. It's not about their hometowns. After all, President Akufo-Addo did a lot of development. One of our callers made mention in terms of roads. They did a lot in this region. Even in terms of health facilities, okay, he had to come and complete the Formera Hospital. He had to come and complete the Kumawu Hospital. That was started by the previous government. And in addition to that, build from the scratch a new hospital for Mansun Kwanta, a new hospital for Swami Anomanje, a new hospital for Drobonso, a new hospital for Havana Southeast. Okay. In addition to that, let's go and have a look at it. Even though we couldn't complete, but at the extent at which he has taken the project. Everybody sees it. The maternity of Anoche maternity unit. Okay. When we took over in 2017, the government had to pull down the old structure from scratch. We started from the basement foundation. Okay, up to the level of complete. The only thing left at that place is finishing and other stuff.
Okay.
So he did a lot. When you go to Abuase, okay, the trauma center. I don't know whether you've had a look at, whether you have a view at how the trauma center looks like. You know the mining areas. Whenever somebody gets hurt or somebody's injured, okay, they had to move the person all the way from Abuase to Kofanoche. And the government decided to build a trauma center, a trauma and accident center for the Obuasi enclave. And that trauma and accident center is going to serve the whole of Bungwa, the mining communities.
I'll come back to you, but let me go to Collins so that we come and start with the peace pact and whatever. Collins, just in 3 minutes.
In 3 minutes. Good morning.
There's a group.
Brother, good morning.
Yes, there's a group that says the delegate of MPP should vote for someone who comes from the region.
Dr.
Bichuman Kobnejopo. So you've not heard from them?
Oh,
this group. Okay, then
this has been in the air for quite a long time.
No, they held a press conference yesterday.
Apart from that, I have picked.
Okay. So briefly on that.
But before I do, let me say good morning to your cherished listeners, and let me say good morning to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Dr. Frank Amakwina, Ashanti Regional Minister, and King Zuba. There's something going on in the air. I'm sure you have heard about some decongestion exercise that is going to take place around the stadium. All containers and other structures are to be pulled down. In fact, they've been given effect of next month. And you see, the news making, the headlines or going around is that it is King Zuba that is, trying to do all the things that he wants to do to bring down.
The stadium is part of the GMA.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was part of Asukwa.
No. The entire stadium is part of Subi. It belongs to Subi, Holy Subi constituency. So what we're saying is that, what I just want to put across is that King Zuba, as the mayor of Kumasi, does not sit at the assembly and take unilateral decisions. Okay? It is the assembly members who have passed a resolution that the area around the stadium should be decongested. Okay, I have taken the pain to speak to the authority of stadium. They told me they were not party to what was going on. All right, but it is clear, or it's a palpable truth that all the assembly members within the electoral area and even beyond, let me say all assembly members within the building, right, are the ones who sat down and said that they want all containers around the stadium to be removed or that area be decongested. So if somebody says somewhere and says it is Kinzuba who is unilaterally taking that decision or that action, it is a palpable force. It's a no. I want to tell the people who have containers around the stadium that it is not Kinzuba who is doing this. It is your own assembly, elected assembly members who went to the assembly to pass that. Yeah, but it's unfortunate that King will have to, execute what the assembly has passed. It's like the workings of the parliament. Once the majority takes decision, who is the speaker or the president to say, I'm not going to implement it or do it? You understand what I'm saying? So every assemblyman or woman who is found around this stadium, they are all involved in the decongestion exercise. If they want to ostracize themselves, it's a no, 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 no. They have to be held responsible for whatever is going to go on there.
If they do it, and in the view of this part of executive, he feels it's not the right thing.
He alone cannot do it. You should understand the work of the assembly. It is not him alone. It is the assembly. People's representatives who are there, who are taking decisions on behalf of the people. I don't understand why you should go there, pass such a resolution, and then you want to push all the blame on one person. Why should you do that? This is sheer wickedness. It is something that we should not tolerate. So if these people are listening to me, I am telling them that it is their elected assemblymen and women who cause the decongestion, who are causing the decongestion exercise.
Trying to give him a bad name, trying to clandestinely put everything on him.
My brother.
And he thinks it's a bad thing, he should stop.
Oh, he alone? Is that what you are saying? If you tell me that, then probably Alpha, you don't know the workings of the assembly.
No, but he can't.
Now, the assembly meets. Listen, we all go down, we all sit down, decide on an issue. Once we decide and the majority says we should do it, who is the PMA boss to say we are not going to do it?
If the assembly feels that what they are about to do will bring negative, whatever, negative coverage or something,
you see,
and it puts the MC in a bad light. Okay, then he because
do you know the number of times that he has tried not to even go on with this thing? He's tried, but they keep pushing. They keep pushing. You see, one thing that astonishes me. One thing that astonishes me is the fact that it was during their watch that permits were given to people to site their containers around the stadium. Just before a week or two before the general elections, I'm talking about in 2024, I cited a container close to 0.5, adjacent to 0.5. Just 2 weeks to election. You gave somebody permit to do that. Where was Zuba when you were giving the permit? I am not against anything or any decongestion that will, sanitize the area. Okay, I am not against it though. But for people or some people, for their parochial interest or something, to shift wholly the blame on the mayor is something that is bothering my mind, that I don't understand. It is a decision collectively taken. Why go back behind the scene and paint somebody black for you to exonerate yourself? Meanwhile, you are a party to that. All the assembly members, both men and women, are all parties to what is going on today or what is going to go on maybe from the 5th of February or something. It isn't that.
Let me go to Jimmy.
Okay. Is he going to have a bite on this issue?
No.
Okay.
Why?
But it's our concern.
No,
Jimmy,
I'll have a bite.
Jimmy,
you have a bite.
Yeah.
So
Let him have a bite. Listen,
I'm coming. Let me ask you the question. You will do that in your 10 minutes.
Sure.
The peace pact that MPP aspirants will sign. What's your take on it? And a lot of the issues that are happening. The Bawumia camp, Kennedy camp, and Brian Achampo in the background.
Well, thank you very much.
The controversy.
I think that my brother shouldn't stop me from
I'm not stopping you.
whichever comment.
I was only kidding, right?
There's one thing I want him to understand. You see, there's a saying in that can say the Jawa ne dia swap. What you say? When the assembly takes a decision, okay, and the decision becomes successful and people are applauding, they will not applaud the assembly member. They will applaud the mayor.
The mayor will take the
Yes,
ultimate credit.
yes. In Africa, okay, especially here in Ghana, where we practice the unitary system of government, everything rises and falls on who?
The president.
The president. And if you're an appointee or somebody who receives an appointment from the president, automatically, whenever there's a reward, you'll be rewarded. Whenever there is an appreciation, you'll be appreciated. Whenever there is, comments, good comments thrown here and there, you're going to enjoy it. Likewise, when there is a negative sentiment or opinions for an initiative that happened under the tenure of the government, you shouldn't shy away from it. I rather try as much as possible to make the people understand that this is the reason why we are doing this. Decongestion is not a bad thing. Okay, it's not a bad thing. And I don't see it to be wrong for the mayor to be engaging in decongestion where people are supposed to be walking and people are trading over there. I think it's a good thing for the mayor to clear the space so that when people get into the town, the cities, they can find a place or a path to walk. There are times when you are holding stuff on your left and your right hands and people are also selling around. Okay, you just have to struggle yourself through town, and some of these things are not helping. So I don't think that decongestion in itself is a bad thing. Okay, I believe that the mayor and the PR mechanism at the Kumasi Metro should find a way and then the means to communicate to the public the right thing to do.
Okay.
Okay, if it happens that way, I don't think that anybody will have it in bad faith and then will have any negative implication on the government. That's why what my colleague here is trying to mean. I'm back to the topic. Alpha, I want to establish this fact. You see, there is a need for a peace pack. Okay, but I believe that among the 5 candidates, okay, there's the threat or that tension is only between Japan and the Bawumia camp. And this is a fact. You will not see Japan, camp fighting with any of the 4 camps. You will not see Atuchu's camp fighting with any of the 4. You will not see Dr. Brian Champon's camp.
Brian has been having a go at some of them. 2 of them.
No. It's not
periodically
choosing. It's not a fight. It's not a fight. Okay. This is an issue-based campaign.
Okay.
And it's an election. Okay. Where we've gone into a particular general election. We are electing a flag bearer. But we cannot do away with the issues that happened, okay, in the general election.
Okay. So you think the main issue is between 10 and Bawumia?
Yes, the main tension is because recently.
Maybe it's because they are the 2 leading candidates. Maybe.
I personally, as I said, I don't see them as the 2 leading candidates. No, they probably
are the most popular.
No, it's not about
most talked about.
No. It's not about
the widely known.
It's not about even their popularity. They're widely known. Okay. The only thing that distincts them is the fact that the 2 okay, contested in the previous election.
So they are the experienced ones. In terms of the context.
You can call it experience, okay. But they've been into the election before.
The
people know them.
They were the top 2 in the last election.
Very good. Okay, that is one thing that has placed them at that pedestal when it comes to this election. But when it comes to re-signing a peace pact, I think the two should
It should be between the two.
It should be between the two. It should be because recently I heard the Honorable Kennedy Japan lamenting that Bawumia is lying his way.
It was such a very serious. We just played it.
Did you hear him talk about Brian Champon?
No.
Have you ever heard Kennedy making any comment about Brian Champon? Like
no, but I've also not comment. I've also never heard Bawumia talking about Kennedy. I've never heard it. But I've heard Kennedy talking about.
Then you have not heard.
Yeah, as for me, I've never heard Bawumia talking about any of the candidates.
No, he has.
But I keep hearing
the way a manner he says it. Listen to me very well. The way manner he says it, he doesn't mention names.
Okay.
But those that he's talking to, they know that he is referring to them. You remember the debate about one having ideas. Okay. The other one said that I have rich ideas, and the other one responded. He did not respond, mention the name. But the other one responded.
But something for his comment there, it's like a debate. Okay, you have this, but some others are like
if you make a
personality like that.
If you make a comment, and that is even more dangerous. Do you know that if I make a comment and I attach a name to it, then you know that I'm referring to you. But if I make a comment, there are 5 aspirants, and then I don't attach any name, any of the 4 can think that you are referring to them.
Okay. But he's attacking the issue.
And that no.
So there's difference between personality.
It's not about attacking the issues. Okay, it's about understanding that you have led the party in a certain capacity as a vice president, and as a matter of fact, okay, that statesmanship should be exhibited. After all, you are the only one that the party has given the opportunity to run as a running mate for 4 consecutive elections.
Hasn't Bawumia exhibited statesmanship?
That's why I'm saying that. I made a reference to the fact that if you make a comment that you are the only person that can translate rich ideas into action, okay, then you want to mean that the others.
No, but it's a context. It's like Brian Champon was saying that I'm the best person. So him saying I'm the best person means the others are not best. So it's normal in a campaign, is it?
He said that
if I'm contesting with you,
if I tell you I'm the best person to lead,
yes, okay,
will you feel insulted?
No.
But if I tell you that I'm the one with the rich ideas, okay, then
I'll not feel insulted. I'll come back with why I think I'm also. It's a contest.
You will not feel insulted. But if I have an issue with you, okay, then automatically I will feel insulted in a way.
I see.
That is why whenever Bawumia himself or anybody from Bawumia's camp makes any comment, those people who come out to respond are from the Kennedy Japan's camp.
Because they feel it is targeted.
Very good. And whenever the Kennedy Japan or the himself or somebody from the
Kennedy himself
makes a comment, recently he said that Bawumia is a liar.
No, we just played it.
Yes. So when you talk about some of these things, okay, it doesn't help.
But there are those who feel that if you realize that one person is being attacked consistently, then it means that a lot of people feel he's the one that is potentially able to win. So let's finish him.
But you know that both are attacking each other.
Yeah.
They are attacking. There's this one gentleman called Kuka. Okay, the one in Accra. That Kuka is Koka. Okay, he said that Bawumia, Kennedy Japan had a surgery and they removed a surgery of the brain or something. I don't know whether you read that one. Okay, I mean, for such a comment to come and issues from Abronye, okay, towards Kennedy Japan and all that, I mean, it's not good.
So you think the peace pact should be just between
Yeah,
the other three? They don't have
it
any
should
issue.
be between the two. That is why, personally, I made the decision to go for Dr. Brandon Champon. Because, you see, whatever that is happening today between Kennedy and Japan and the Baumia camp, you cannot predict that this will end after the presidential premise on the TV. You cannot predict.
If any of them win.
You cannot predict. Okay, and if we mean well for our party, if you want to enjoy some, unity, if you want to enjoy some peace within our party, then it's for us to make that decision to go for Brian Champon. Okay, as it stands now, he is the only aspirant, okay, that has a message on unity, that has a message on discipline, okay, that has a message about resourcing the party ahead of 2028. He's the only candidate.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Let me go to Collins. Collins.
Yeah.
Your enemy's kitchen or house is on fire. I don't know if you are happy, indifferent, or you are excited. You are sad. Sorry.
Hey, my goodness. MPP. Wow, I like the smear campaign that they are doing. Honestly, yes, we are really enjoying it.
You like it?
Yes, I really like it.
Wow, your own will come.
Oh,
very soon.
If it so happen, they should be happy.
They should also like.
Yes, but what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, I'm really enjoying them. The reason being that we have not gone into 2028 yet, the 2028 elections yet, but we've been able to pick enough salvos that will be thrown against the MPP come 2028, apart from their abysmal performance when they were in government.
So they have
and now the Pandora's box has been opened.
Okay.
Things are coming out. The bad, the ugly, we are hearing. We are not seeing the good. You see, you talked about Baumia not attacking Kennedy and the rest.
I didn't say. I said I've not heard.
You haven't. That is what I'm saying. You have not heard that. But you see, the fact still remains that if there is somebody in your camp who have made it a deliberate, object that I will always talk or criticize sharply another, and you sit down quietly, you don't talk about it, it means that you have sat and planned with those people, but by the virtue of your position, you are not going to personally throw those salvos, but those behind you or your followers are going to do that. You get my point here.
Not everybody that follows Baumia is in this camp.
Let me tell you.
As in
you heard the ugly things that former housing minister, what's the name? He's also a cousin to Akufo-Addo, this lawyer, Atachia. What he said about Kennedy. Yes.
Please, let's not repeat it here.
Oh,
but he said it.
But yes,
for the
he said it on a different platform. He didn't say it here.
But we all heard what he said about Ken. And then the rebuttals that came with it. Very unpleasant. You understand? You are in a party fighting to lead the party. Why should you trivialize issues?
Isn't it true that what he said has been said by the same person
listen,
before?
What if what
on a
he
national
said,
platform?
listen, if what he said,
so he has the potential
Alpha,
of saying it again.
Something that has been said, you are preventing us from saying it here. Meanwhile, it has been said on other platforms, which is not.
No, we are referring to it, but we can't say
but you see,
it's not everything
when
that
we
you
were
can say
growing up, we were told that Rollins flew a helicopter under the Adome Bridge.
Yeah, we're told.
We were told.
Yeah.
But as we grow and the narrative goes on, we were told that just under the Adome Bridge, he overturned the helicopter upside down. You see, sometimes when stories are being told over and over again, there are additives which are wholly not true. You understand what I'm saying here? So you are in a contest, a healthy one, of course. Then you try to, bring something somebody has said which was not part or which is not part of the current happenings in the party. What are you insinuating? You are trying to put that person in a bad light so that people do not vote for him.
He's trying to let you know the history of this individual, and for you to predict what his future behavior will be. That's fair, isn't it?
We have seen the president of the United States of America, right? The tantrums that he throws sometimes.
And it's bad.
Does it not make him a good person? When the whole world or many countries were supporting gayism and so on and so forth, even in opposition, he spoke against it.
Look at the crisis he's creating in the world.
Oh, he's creating crisis in the world. But it is not everything that he has done that is a problem. It's problematic.
So his persona and character is important.
And so that is why I'm saying that. You see why Kennedy says that Bawumia is a liar. We know this for a fact that Bawumia is a liar.
Okay.
We in the NDC, we know there are so many things that he has lied about in this country. Like they have caught arrested the dollar and put it behind bars. Before we realized
it was
dollar
a
had
skyrocketed.
It's a lie.
It was a figurative
statement. No. We don't see it as a figurative. It's a lie. Look at all the time the city had stabilized. When he talked about Polugu Dam that had been completed way back in 2022 or 2023, nothing of the sort had been done. Okay. Was it not a lie? He has told so many lies. We are going to build toilets. So where are the toilets that he built? Are they not lies? We have the men. He started mentioning names. Professor Jamba, Alan Jerematin.
Are they not men?
Oh,
are they women?
We are going to turn the economy around.
Didn't they turn it around?
What did he turn? He turned it for the bad side.
Okay.
You get what I mean here? So Kennedy is also telling us that this man is a liar. And it is something that has been long held by the NDC. And if they are trumpeting it the more, we are happy. Okay? I am not happy because evil things or bad things are happening in the MPP. But I'm happy because the exact things that we spoke about when we were in opposition are now manifesting for everybody to see. That is what I'm talking about. To talk about something else is the vote for somebody who comes from this region. I don't support tribal politics anyway. I don't support tribal politics. If somebody so deserves it, let us give it to him. Like my brother said, he is a Fanti by birth, but he has stayed all his life in Kumasi. And I'm sure that he knows Kumasi inside out more than he may know his home region, or in the Ashanti region more than he may know in his home region. Virtually, his interests and everything are here. I'm sure you have children. Yeah. They are all here with you. Yeah. Yes. And so if you tell me that my brother does not come from Ashanti region, so we should not vote for him. Meanwhile, he has contributed his quota to the total development of this region. What about that too? You understand? So I don't support that. The fact that you come from Ashanti region doesn't mean that people will like you and vote for you. You understand what I'm saying here? There are some Ashantis who have gone on independent tickets. They were not voted for.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't like the tribal sentiments. If that be the case, then don't go to the north and other regions to seek their votes too, because you are also not from there. We practice a unitary, system of government where all of us belong to or belong. Yeah, and so we shouldn't try to talk about tribal issues and all that. Yes, and one thing that I want to reiterate again, it's very important to me. I know the damage that this is causing. That is why I have taken a little time off my topics that you've given me to talk about it. I'm talking about the decongestion. Yes, I'm talking about the decongestion exercise that we are doing. It's of prime concern to me because certain assembly members are doing some smear campaign against the Kumasi mayor, which I think is not right. You cannot sit and plan to do something only for it to be executed and you turn around and say you are not in the known. Meanwhile, you are the architects of the decongestion exercise.
The mayor, he believes is a good thing, isn't it?
Not that he believes it's a good thing. Let me tell you, I have espoused this before, that the mayor as the leader does not take decisions alone. And he cannot say that the decision of the majority should not be taken.
He's a member of the assembly.
I understand perfectly
what do you know his personal position on the matter?
His personal position.
Did he support the decongestion?
Let me tell you something. His personal position is that it is not him who caused the decongestion exercise, but the people, the assembly members brought it.
No, but I'm saying that.
Listen,
is he?
Let me tell you.
I'm coming. Is it his view that decongestion, when done, will be good for the assembly?
My brother.
Does he agree with that?
Let me tell you something. To some extent, he agrees. Okay, but
now it means that if he believes that it's a good thing, it will involve a positive result.
Even if he didn't, subscribe to what they were saying, he alone cannot change it. Are you aware of that fact?
He's the leader of the assembly.
Decongestion exercises have been
if
done.
it's a good thing, he should expect that he will take credit for the result.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You see, the mischief that is being played is what I am much concerned about. Yes. Okay. It was during their time that they gave permits to people to build those. But they knew it was a bad thing that they were doing then. When their government was in power, they didn't do that decongestion. Okay. Today we are in power, but you have the majority in the assembly. You are using your majority your majority advantage.
Want to do the decongestion.
You understand? So you are using your majority advantage in the assembly to cause for this decongestion. Once you are doing that, let us be fair to ourselves that we are all in this together. Let it not be like it is man. They are going out there telling those people that the Kumasi mayor is the one solely responsible for the decongestion exercise. Meanwhile, you guys muted this whole idea. And so why will you be hiding behind petty politics and be chastising or trying to damage the reputation of one person?
38 minutes after 9.
You understand what I'm saying?
We've addressed the matter. Yeah. Hopefully, tomorrow I'll try and see if we can speak to the KMA PRO on this, or some other people within the assembly on this matter.
You speak.
We are left with about 80 minutes to go. Let me start from Collins.
Okay.
2 issues. I don't know which one you want to address, or you combine the two. Ken Oforiatta, the demonstration or the picketing, whatever, and then yesterday he was heading court, and then also Gold Board.
Yes,
wants to refine gold.
It saddens my soul when I hear of Ken Oforiatta's issue. What saddens me most is the comment from one of his lawyers, Davis something, that people can go and picket at the U.S. embassy till thy kingdom come. It will amount to nothing. Is that how you talk to people? Arrogance in power, arrogance in opposition too. What is that? Somebody has been cited for corruption and corruption-related issues. Now the country is doing all it can to bring him to justice. One thing that people should not forget is that we are not saying that for sure Ken Oforiatta has has caused or has stolen any money, but we are saying that certain things that you did when you were in office as finance minister, we think that it involves some level of corruption. Come and answer to these questions. The fact that you have been alleged in doing something does not mean that you have done it. Why is he not coming? Why is he doing everything humanly possible not to come and answer to these questions? I have listened to lawyer Atu Kwe Otu or something, Ayikwe Otu, saying that the government can try him in absentia. That is one leg of the issue. The government has also got the power to bring him down to face the music.
So why wouldn't government do that?
That is our position. Our position is to bring him. That is our position. Okay. Their position is to try people in absentia and leave them in the U.S. to, enjoy whatever
I'm saying that if
the booty that they had.
decision is that he should be brought back.
Our decision as a party is
and you are working towards
we want this man
so
here
don't you
in
think
person.
the demonstration is
The demonstration.
much ado
Listen,
about nothing?
this, you see, we have to them. Those people who are engaged in that demonstration has their right to do that. They are thinking that if they picket at the U.S. embassy, a certain pressure will be put on U.S. government to expedite action on the extradition. We believe so. We think that the man should come. You listen to Dr. Atta Kennedy, a founding member of the MPP, saying that, you see, the situation that he is going through now is not even fine. You get it here. Why should you be, in detention while in the U.S.?
I don't know what you people are planning to do to him.
We are not planning to do anything. My brother, why is he
not
afraid?
Sure of being given fair
What
trial.
is he afraid? In Ghana, laws
We have seen some of the things you've done
listen,
to Wontumi.
Mr. Wontumi is walking freely now.
Mr. Asibe boy is still in custody.
Listen.
You've still not granted him bail.
Listen.
So Ken Oforiatta looks at all of these people. They are
They
planning evil.
They are planning evil.
Yeah, so I won't even have
when he was wearing white dresses, quoting Bible, what was he afraid then? Somebody who said, let me tell you something. You remember he said that when he was sick, I said it here, I think last week, when he was visibly seen sick, and then he was asked to go and let others come, he said the love of his country supersedes his sickness. I'm inferring from what he said, that if he should leave, it will be like a father who is checking his responsibility somewhere along the way. That was what he said, right? Somebody who endeared this country so much to himself has ended his work, and he's being called to come and speak to issues of national interest.
He's not confident
he is running away.
Be fair to him.
Is he happy being in detention in the US than being at home?
He feels that's a better
alternative
than coming to Ghana to be subjected to humiliation
and it
abuse
looks as if the opposition is also backing him. You don't see any person in the forefront of the party now talking about it. It means they are all happy. But let me tell you,
the government has a plan.
The government has what plan?
To abuse its powers, to subject
Dr. Matthew
people.
Opoku Prempeh is under investigations. He's been going forth.
It's like he's not a prime target.
Let me tell you.
You have your prime target.
Who is the prime target?
Who
is the prime target?
The Asibe.
They are not prime targets.
The Ken Oforiatta.
They are giving stewardship of their work. They are only giving stewardship of their work. Whatever you did when you were in office, come and account for that. That is what we are asking you. It is not anything. It is not witch hunting. It's nothing. Come. You did A, B, C, D. Answer to these questions. Why you did them. That is why I always tell my people who have been given ministerial appointments too. Either see if you are a CEO, if you are an ambassador, if you are whatever position that you have been given, a day of reckoning will also catch up with you.
They have seen the onerous bail condition that you've imposed on people.
My brother,
he looks at that and says,
no matter how big the bail conditions have been, people have found it and they are free now.
Some people have not found it.
Most of them have found it and they are free now.
So he doesn't know.
Let me tell you
what
something, my brother. Bail conditions are not set for certain sake. We look at the volume or the extent of the crime and fix the bail condition. It is not just that it is not fixed arbitrarily that we hate this man, so let's give him a hefty bail condition
that you
so that he will rot
in
in jail or prison. You see, that is not how it is. But you look at the extent of the corruption, issue or corruption-related issue before a bail is fixed. Okay. You get it here. It is not done arbitrarily.
Let me go to.
I'm not done yet.
You are done. Wrap up for me.
Okay. So on the issue of Oforiatta, if I were him, I would, on my own accord,
now he
on my own
He's
volition,
in custody. So.
come Oh, but he can tell them he wants to go to Ghana.
No, they have to
he
deal with
has
them.
overstayed his
They
visit.
have to deal with the
Listen,
matter there.
the reason why he's in that detention is that he has overstayed his visit. Is that not it? Okay, I am prepared to go to my home country. Please let me go.
He's not prepared. Because he knows that you guys.
So if I were him, I would just come, face whatever is here, than to be at the detention in the U.S. It is also putting him in a bad light. But the party MPP must know that whatever they are doing, people are watching them. You get it here. Oforiatta is somebody who has put the MPP in a very bad light.
Let me go to Jimmy to hear his point on that. Yeah, Jimmy, Ken and Goldboard, you have 7 minutes.
I want to thank you for the opportunity once again, and I want to use this to encourage our delegates, those who are already on board, supporting Dr. Brian Champong, to go ahead and bring their colleagues on board. I have never heard anybody that is sick of malaria, okay, that would want to take medications for cold. I've never heard anything like that before, or seen anything like that before. The problem in our party today, okay, has to do with, disunity and stuff that we are all not happy about. And Dr. Brian Champon has shown that he has the solution of instilling discipline and unity within our party today. And we have no option, no other option than to support Dr. Brian Champon and vote number 2 on the ballot come 31st of January 2026. And as I said earlier on, consistently within our party, you will hear that the moment we get into opposition, you say, oh, bring 1 CD, bring 2 CD, bring 5 CD. This is somebody who is resourceful already, and we are not going to face that challenge, because in the 2024 election, okay, he single-handedly sponsored, okay, the Eastern region. The party did not. Okay, it's because they are supporting Baumia, and I understand it. Even if I was following Dr. Mahmoud Baumia as a member of parliament that took support, okay, from Dr. Brandon Champo, do you think I will go and stand somewhere and accept the fact that, okay, the regional chairman, okay, has come out to confirm that you came to the person's house, the money was shared in the house, okay, of Dr. Brandon Champo. And we've heard some of the MPs say, and the chairman is confirming that the money he gave you is not from the party, it's not from the former flag bearer, it's from Dr. Brandon Champon. Okay. Have you heard any person from the Dr. Mahmoud Baumia's camp, okay, coming out to defend or refute the claims from the regional chairman?
Yeah, I've heard that Samir
no, he was not part of that group. If you could remember, Dr. Brian Champon was emphatic that those who were appointees within the government and well-to-do, okay, he took those people out. Do you understand what we are talking about? So it's all about the fact that some people believe that right now, based upon wherever they are supporting, if they come out and then they tell the truth, their candidates will lose the election.
Oh, okay.
So at this point in time, I don't even expect that they will come out and tell.
So when Brian Champon wins,
but we know
party members will not be asked to contribute.
I don't really see somebody who independently, one person.
Is a big
I said he did it for Eastern region. Today, he has adopted the Vuta region and the Bono region. And as he said, that's what I'm saying, that he will support them and fund everything that they need on behalf from the party. He is going to stand in and do it for them. And he did it for Eastern region. From June up to December, these parliamentary candidates were receiving 100,000 a month. And if you look at our record in the Eastern region, in terms of the votes and the seats we were able to maintain, It tells you that the work we did, if we're able to get people like him within the Ashanti region, at least it would have, help our party in a lot of, in a lot of ways. So all that we are trying to say is that we need Dr. Brian Champon.
Okay.
We need a unifier. We need a winnable candidate.
Spend your time on that. You know,
a winnable candidate, not just a flag bearer.
Okay.
Not just a flag bearer. And then the other issue you made mention. let me use the remaining time.
You know, Ken is fighting for his freedom. There have been demonstrations for him to come back.
Oh, Ken of Reactor.
Good boy.
When you say Ken, I thought it was
Ken of Reactor, sorry.
Kennedy, Japan. So, you see, whatever that is happening there, I want to say this. We all want to see the government of the day fighting corruption.
Okay.
But if you look at the style the NDC is using, you realize that they have 4 years to govern this country. They have 4 years to fight corruption. But seriously speaking, 1 year is gone. Have you heard that one person or an individual has been charged and convicted and jailed? Have you heard one person?
Not yet.
Not yet. And 2025 is gone. The probability that 2026, will also pass by, and we will not hear one person being convicted is high.
Hey,
because
sure?
but 2025 is gone. 2025 is gone.
Yeah, but we've just entered.
They have 4 years. After 2025, the whole full year is gone. They've not convicted anybody. That's why, and I'm basing on that, and I'm making a statement that the probability that 2026 will also come and pass.
So they are just wasting our time.
You see, they are just. I don't want to use this word, but they want people to have the feel.
They are pretending to be doing something.
That they are doing something. But seriously speaking, you have not judged anybody. You see, even from the aura, they told us that. From the oral reports that they presented to the Attorney General. The Attorney General today is saying that there's no evidence in that report.
No, he said that it was a back of the envelope calculation.
Okay, so
it's possible that they may not be able to retrieve what the oral report says they will be able to retrieve.
So if today the Attorney General is telling us that the work the oral did is nothing to write home about. They cannot read. If the aura told the Ghanaian people, that if the Ghanaian people believed the aura, that they were going to retrieve that amount of money, and today the Attorney General is telling us a different thing. Okay, it confirms whatever I'm telling you today. They will not be able to do. In fact, in the history of the NDC being in government, they've not convicted anybody from the MPP administration.
That's why they say this time
they have not done it before.
So they can't do it.
When we talk about corruption, that somebody has embezzled fund as a minister, as a CEO, as a managing director of a state institution, they don't have.
They are doing it. You guys are saying witch hunting, complaining, and then.
We after the witch hunting and the complaining, we will do. But what I want to be clear about is that 2025 is dead and gone. They've not done anything. 2026, January is about ending now. Today is what? 20 what? Today is 21st.
21st, okay.
7 days, about 7 days or 8 days more for January to run down. What have you heard? Nothing. So this is how they are going to play around. Okay, they are going to give us optics. They are going to make the people believe that they are fighting corruption here and there. But the fact is that they are doing nothing. Did you hear how they were campaigning about the National Cathedral? And today, John Dramani Mahama is telling Ghanaians that he will build the National Cathedral. Today, they are telling us that the books of the National Cathedral is clean.
Did they say that?
Yes, go on the internet and search.
Who said that? I have not heard that.
I'm search on the internet.
Okay, 56.
Okay, so that is the state we find ourselves today. And the surprising thing is that you see, there's no development going on in this country.
Hey,
yeah. If you look at the economy, You'll be mad. We say, oh, and this is for more. Yeah, the economy is. They are not spending. Nothing is going on. And if nothing is going on, and in addition to that, you are able to pump $10 billion into the same economy, okay, that is devoid of any development, automatically your economy will be good. But today the IMF has warned the government that they shouldn't touch any money from the Bank of Ghana again.
Let's leave it here.
So this year, okay, we will all observe and see how things will go.
So
it means I will also get an opportunity.
No.
Unfortunately,
if he comes in, it means I will also come in. So allow him.
I did mine. You had your time to do the rebuttal.
No, but he started.
But that was the path that he chose to. You know. But
so it's okay.
what I'm saying is that
let me give you 30 seconds, and I'll give him 30 seconds.
Okay. If our MPP brother sits here and say that nothing is being done by way of fighting corruption, I think he should be thinking differently. You see, we are doing a lot. The reason why somebody says he will not come to Ghana, he will rather perish in detentions in the US, is the reason why it's because of what we are doing. But I want to tell him that the wheels of justice will move slowly, but definitely it will come to a halt. That is what I leave with.
30 seconds.
You see, I like the comment that he just passed. This is the wheels of justice. That's what
it grinds slowly,
and it's been grinding slowly for the whole of 2025. It didn't catch anybody.
Eventually, to catch up.
It didn't convict anybody. They will not be able to do it.
Okay.
I'm being frank and honest with you. Okay, there's one thing that I've seen about John Dramani Mahama second coming. Okay, the optics are more. Yami and Shutanga. You see, they're not doing anything, no, but they want people to feel like.
What is Shutanga? No, the name sounds very funny.
They are not doing anything. I always say this. From your way, from your way to this place, to the house.
Let's leave it here.
Observe. There is nothing going on.
Hey, Jimmy, where did you get this name from?
But when I said this, you understood what I wanted to mean. There's nothing going on.
That's our show. On this show, Tanga note, we'll leave the show here. You heard from Jimmy and Collins. I was here with Janice and Mark. That's our show. Please, in all you do today, don't try to be Shotanga. Please, let your show result in some fruits or success. That's our show for now. Have a very good morning.
Hi, great family.